Miller.
Miro lo va a dar completo.
Mouthpiece.
Yeah.
What did it? Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, I've given your instructions in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourselves at all times, listen to my commands. Touch them up, back to your corner.
Right this way. Good. Mark. Good. Don.
Gorgeous spring night here in Southern California. The StubHub Center getting set to host another night of Showtime Championship Boxing.
Guys, stay in your corner. Stay in your corner. Ready? Ready?
Referee Thomas Taylor calls for the bell. We are set for 10 rounds or less in the 140-pound division. Amir Imam sporting the black trunks. Walter Castillo in the black with white trim.
Castillo is a very active and very aggressive fighter. He throws 21 more punches per round, throws almost 80 punches a round according to show stats. You see him already getting very busy, and he will push the pace.
Stiff jab from Imam in response to the body attack from Castillo, and there's a jab to the midsection by Imam.
And that's the thing that'll keep Castillo's output a little lower, is if Imam can control the range by you making that jab effective. If you keep a guy out of range, you can't get those punches off.
Both of these combatants started boxing at the age of 12. Imam fought nearly 100 fights as an amateur, and again he goes to the body with the jab. At the 2012 U.S. Olympic trials, he was defeated by Errol Spence Jr., who, like Imam, is a top prospect with the same pro record of 16-0 as Castillo goes on the attack.
Castillo has a very good left hook to the body and the head. He'll throw it a lot, but he's got to watch out for the right hand of Imam because it has power.
Good combination from Imam. Of course, Spence Jr. competes in the shark-infested waters of welterweight. Plenty of action midway through the opening round, and there's always something in the air here at the StubHub Center, you guys.
Yeah, this is a great venue, and I'll tell you, Imam has now gotten his offense already going better early in this fight.
And Paulie really using that jab effectively.
Yeah, like Al said, Castillo comes out with that body language to be aggressive. It's up to Imam to convince him otherwise that maybe the aggressiveness won't be his best bet.
And Castillo, definitely the aggressor coming forward. Imam trying to keep him at bay with the jab. Castillo going to the body again. Castillo from Nicaragua, where, of course, the greatest Nicaraguan champion ever, the late, great Alexis Arguello. Explosive thin man, one of my favorite nicknames in all of sports.
He was great. That is a great nickname.
Of course, Imam's nickname is Young Master, and that's a tribute to the old master Joe Gans. Nice right hand over the top by Imam. Gans considered by some as the greatest lightweight boxer of all time, and the first African-American to win a boxing world title.
I'll tell you, man, Imam has landed some sharp right hands thus far in the first round, and Castillo's taking them well, but I don't know if he can keep taking them well if he keeps allowing Imam to land with that kind of force. You see Imam setting the range very well with that jab, so he's able to get full extension on those right hands.
And Castillo continues to be aggressive. Imam trying to incorporate the shoulder roll. Plenty of great stuff from both fighters in this first 3-minute stanza.
For Amir Imam, I'll tell you what, his keys to victory, he established every one of them. Don't brawl, he didn't do that in the first round. Established the jab, he did that perfectly, and he popped in some very good right hands. So for him, this game plan's working. As for Walter Castillo, he's got to move his head. He's had some defensive issues, and he's got to get to the body, which he tried early in that round, and he's also got to try to double with the left hook. Hasn't gotten that done yet.
Con tu swing completo, para que no me camine. Ok, moviéndole más el tronco. ¿Entiendes bien? Vamos allá, que tú estás empezando. Él no aguanta ritmo.
Second stop, mouthpiece in. Here, mouthpiece. Stay right here. Mouthpiece. Stay right here. Hang on a second.
The bell and round two. Imam actually spent some time in December at Castillo trainers Osmiri Fernandez's gym, the Professional Fighting Center in Miami, sparring with the likes of top lightweight Richard Abril. So doing some reconnaissance work while he was down there.
Fernandez worked with Castillo a lot on defense. He said 80% of the camp was on defense. And early in this fight, though, his defense hasn't been perfect because Imam landed 56% of his punches in round 1, according to Showstats. So Castillo needs to move his head a bit better.
Imam trained by Stacy McKinley, who worked with the likes of Mike Tyson for the better part of a decade. Imam backing up into the corner. Flashes the jab again. Castillo going to the body, a barrage of blows.
And that's what Castillo has to do. When Imam gives up his range like that, when Castillo has him cornered, he's got to make those punches count.
Again, the right hand to the body by Castillo continues to put.
His hands are free. Work on it.
Make that early investment, hoping to reap dividends as this fight progresses.
You know, you can see why we were enthused about this matchup. Stylistically, it's great. You know, Imam, the stand-up boxer with the power punching, and Castillo, the aggressive fighter, likes to go to the body.
That was a slip.
Come here.
Imam's got to stay busy with that jab. He can't relent on it. Otherwise, Castillo will have the free way basically into the front door to work that body once he corners him.
Just past the midpoint of the second round as Imam tagged Castillo with the jab, and Castillo continues to come forward. While it came against subpar opposition, he did score 6 knockdowns in his 3 most recent fights. Fights that lasted a total of only 5 rounds. And again, Castillo continues to work the body of Amir Imam.
And Castillo has the right idea. He's got to keep making it rough.
There's the double left hook by Castillo. He's getting that punch in now.
Triple left hook, although the third one bounced off the shoulder blade of Imam.
And you start to see finally a little bit of doubt in the eyes of Imam.
He overcame adversity in his last fight against Maldonado, touching the canvas for the first time before scoring a total of 4 knockdowns on Maldonado en route to the victory. But he is definitely being pressured here by the Nicaraguan fighter Castillo.
This is the kind of fight that tests your character for both guys, you know, because the first game plan may not work. You're going to have to stick with it or adjust midway through.
Lead left hook, another left hook by Castillo, pinning Imam on the ropes.
And also, in the discipline, in the case of Imam, he's let up on the jab a little bit this round.
There's the double jab from Imam, coming up on the final 15 seconds. Nice counter right hand by Imam. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, here with the Chavez family. Julio Jr., let me ask you, new promoter, new trainer, new weight class. Do you feel as though you're pushing the reset button on your career tonight?
Yes, I feel very good, you know, for the new things coming in my career, and I'm ready for this fight.
You concerned about the layoff that you've had, the 13 months?
Yes, I'm concerned, but I start training, you know, every day, and I feel good. I feel in good condition. I think this is the most important thing.
Please translate for us for your father. He was concerned about you fighting Farfana. He thought Farfana's too good of a fighter. Why?
Estaba tan preocupado por pelear. Le digo que peleaba con fuera. ¿Qué es lo que quería decir con eso que dices que no te gusta?
Porque tiene un año sin pelear y escoger a un rival bastante duro. Creo que yo en lo particular hubiera escogido un rival más fácil para que...
Because he with the get off, he pick a easy opponent, more easy opponent.
Well, we'll find out. Good to see you both. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Mo, back out to you.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. making a Showtime debut against the sturdy test of Andrew Farfara coming up in the main event. Right now, it's round 3 of this 140-pound encounter between Amir Imam in the black trunks and Walter Castillo in the black with white trim, and it's been an amazing pace thus far.
You know, the fascinating thing about this fight is we've seen 2 different fights in rounds. First round, Imam controlling things from the outside. In the second round, Castillo getting inside, ripping those shots to the body and the head.
And you wonder how long Castillo can maintain this attack. He's fought only 8 rounds over the past 2 years.
No, he's not throwing a crazy amount of punches. He's only getting off those amount of punches when he gets close. So it's not exactly a crazy pace that Castillo is fighting. He's pressuring, but he's only able to get off when he closes range. So it's not for the full 3 minutes.
Continues to come forward, biting down on that mouth guard. Eats that counter right hand from Imam. There's a 1-2 by Imam.
Tell you, when Imam is effective with the jab, it sets up that big right hand.
Stop. Watch that back.
What Imam has to be careful of is allowing himself to get defensively out of position. Castillo will pressure and hope that Imam puts himself out of position. And once he puts himself out of position, Castillo will pounce.
Just past the midpoint, double left hook to the body, followed by the right hand upstairs. Imam utilizing the lateral footwork to get away from the ropes before sticking him in the midsection with the jab.
You can't have a better style matchup than this. Two men who go about this differently, and it's making, in my mind, for a very appealing match.
And both were brimming with confidence at the fighter meetings. Another stiff counter right by Imam.
It's a great point now, because not only is it a clash of styles, they're both good at the style they possess.
Yes, precisely. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Castillo tags Imam with the right hand. Imam trapped along the ropes, trying to fight out, finally utilizing that footwork to circle away. Double jab by Imam.
When he's effective with it, he's able to stop Castillo in his tracks.
There's a right hand. Again, almost to the kidney because of that shoulder roll stance. Referee warning Castillo prior for that punch. There's a jab again to the body, followed by the right hand. Nice counter right from Castillo.
That's the thing. Imam has to make Castillo pay that price every time he wants to close that distance. From the other side, Castillo has to make Imam pay the price anytime he allows him to close the distance.
Final 10 seconds of the third round. 1-2 combination and a left hook downstairs by Imam. Castillo finishing with a flurry. Let's go back to Jim Gray.
With Andrew Fanfara as he gets ready for his fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., do you feel as though he might have picked the wrong guy like his father suggests after such a long layoff?
Yeah, he picked the wrong guy. I go now show him now this, and I'm ready for this fight. I'm warm up with my team. We are ready. We go to the win.
What do you feel you have to do in this fight to be successful? You're going to have to control the distance, and what else?
Control the distance, be busy from first round, and be tough, you know. Don't step him, you know, to me. Step him, you know, backs, and listen my corner.
Even though you lost, how much confidence did you gain in that Stevenson fight, particularly knocking him down?
A lot of experience because, you know, I got 12 rounds in the championship level. Then, you know, that fight, you know, helped me, you know, prepare for sure for Chavez too. And, you know, I want to rematch with Stevenson. Then first I want to beat Chavez, then rematch with Stevenson.
All right, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, back out to you.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Really looking forward to that main event coming up later tonight. And this one already delivering as advertised as we begin round 4 of this 140-pound affair between Amir Young Master Imam and Walter the Hammer Castillo.
In the last round, not only did Imam throw 57 jabs, according to show stats, he landed 34, and that is such a key element in him controlling the distance.
And Castillo keeps coming forward but gets stopped in his tracks with that straight right, but it doesn't deter him, Paulie.
It doesn't deter him. I'm sure if he keeps eating these shots cleanly like this late in the fight, it may deter him. But give him credit, man, because he's making Imam pay when he is able to close the distance.
And one thing that Castillo is doing early, and Mauro, you alluded to it, he's making that body investment very well, so we'll see how it impacts Imam.
Good check hook there by Imam.
Imam trying to stay in range with the jab.
And I'm sorry, Mauro. Speaking of the jab, you see how well Imam has done with that punch, landing 48% according to show stats and throwing a lot. So it's a key element in this fight.
And I'll tell you, man, guys don't stand up to Imam's right hands the way Castillo is thus far. And this will test Imam's character and reveal some of his character for all of us to see just how far along he's progressed, not just physically, but mentally.
Imam, a student of the game, devours hours and hours of fight footage, studying the greats like Sugar Ray Leonard and even our very own Paulie Malignaggi. And there's something to be said about that, Al, in terms of his commitment to his craft. There's a beautiful 1-2, the right hand that jacked the jaw of Castillo.
And that's the thing, Mo. You see how he sets the distance for the right hand with the jab, and that way he's able to get the full leverage on the right hand that he wants.
Also, Castillo's letting him move around the ring. He's not cutting the ring off as he did in the other round.
Oh, wow. And Imam starting to really look sharp with those combinations. The jab popping the head back of Castillo, and then the right cross.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If Castillo keeps eating these shots, his pressure is only going to diminish. He's not going to have enough physically in the tank to get to Imam.
Both of them have only hit the deck once in their respective careers. We talked about Imam going down in his last fight, came back to stop Maldonado. Castillo was knocked down once against Jose Peralta in the second round of their November 2008 battle. Double jab by Imam.
Great jab he's showing. Now people have been amazed by the power of Imam, but terrific boxing skills and jab showing tonight.
Yes, Imam schooling Castillo with the jab here in round number 4. And a gorgeous sunset here in sunny Southern California. Another beautiful spring day. And my favorite fight venue, I don't know about you guys, but there have been so many incredible fights here, including the third classic meeting between Vasquez and Marquez. Of course, last year's fight of the year, Matisse Molina. Let's revisit some of the action now.
Well, the jab of Imam, and you see it landing and then setting up the straight right hand. That is the classic Imam modus operandi, and he's done it so much in this fight.
Let's work, baby. Showtime. Somebody call you young man. Now you're boxing a whole new fight. All right, let's do something together. Ain't no off the rope fight. Keep in the leg. Good stick. We're doing some good shots. Mouthpiece in. Let's go. Let's go. Here you go. Come on.
Here, stay right here. Mouthpiece. Let's go, box.
The bell in round 5. Imam promoted by legendary promoter Don King, who recently had kidney surgery. We want to wish him a speedy recovery.
Paulie made the point earlier that oftentimes, and in fact it's been true, that when Imam lands the kind of right hands he's landed, people have gone down, and some very nice young fighters. Castillo hasn't gone down. And so these are the rounds where we're going to see if Castillo can keep up the pressure and Imam can keep boxing.
Yeah, early in his career, Imam already with some highlight reel victories.
There's a cut by the right eye.
Continues to stick the jab on Castillo. No surprise that blood now forming around the eye as he is eating all kinds of leather with that stiff jab.
Yeah, and that jab has been, like you said, stiff. It's been fast. It's been sharp. It's been accurate.
Oh, there's a counter left hook by Castillo coming forward now.
And as Imam going straight back, he shouldn't be going straight back. And that's what I mean about putting yourself out of position defensively. You want to make the right and correct move defensively so that you don't allow Castillo to put you into a bad position. That time he went straight back with his head in the air.
Now along the ropes, Castillo walking him down.
Castillo's been cut twice before in his career, so it's happened, but not since 2012.
Counter right hand to the body by Castillo. Imam's slipping and rolling with the majority of those punches, blocking those right hands to the head.
Don't do it again, all right?
Referee warning Castillo about the rapid punches.
Watch it. Box.
Nice left hook by Imam.
It's been another way he's answered Castillo. A lot of times Castillo will rush in. He's able to catch him with that hook.
Hard right cross by Amir Imam.
Yeah, he's putting some more thunder on the shots this round, putting some more weight behind him.
And there's another right hand, and Castillo, his chin being tested and so far passing the test out.
And he's still attacking, but more cautiously. We saw him a moment ago in this round start to back up for a moment. So Imam's pop in his punches is making a bit of a difference.
And Imam just setting the pace with that precise jab. Now Castillo going back to the body.
And that's the thing, you can't keep taking those kind of shots because they will slow you down as the fight progresses.
Final 15 seconds of the 5th. Imam dancing along the ropes. Castillo attacking the body again, but his pace definitely abating here as we head to the second half of this 10-rounder.
No tienes nada. Te tapa esto, no tienes ahí. ¿Cómo te sientes? Tenemos uno. Tranquilo, olvídate de la banda. Eso empieza.
We'll look back and see if we can pick up the spot where the cut may have emerged, and it's probably a jab from Imam, and yet another jab, and shortly after this is when the blood really started to trickle a bit, and those two jabs landing right on that left eye. And then of course the recurring theme in this fight, the right hands by Imam, but that's probably where the cut started.
Let's go.
So the second half of this scheduled 10-round battle between Amir Imam and Walter Castillo begins. Castillo's been the 10-round distance 4 times. Imam's been past 6 rounds only once.
I'm going to tell you an interesting statistic from Showstats. 18 of the 42 jabs that Imam threw landed last round. 10 were to the body. And why is that important? He's using that jab to the body to help set up the right hand. And it's landing against Castillo.
Yep. And when a guy comes forward like Castillo does, when you shoot that jab to the body, it can act as a syringe because it's double the momentum going sucking into his stomach.
Unofficially, our Steve Farhood has it 48-47 for Imam, so very close on his scorecards, or scorecard, I should say.
And probably the pivotal round there is round 3, which was a close one between the two, and it's the one probably people will, it'd be pivotal in terms of the scorecards that the judges have.
And also, the last couple of rounds, though, Steve did have Imam winning them, and it seems like Imam's starting to set the tone for the rest of the fight. So it's up to Castillo to do something to change that momentum.
And Castillo coming forward, landing some shots to the body, and even managed to hit one upstairs, going with that left hook. That's supposed to be his money shot, the left hook to the body. In fact, his trainer Fernandez has compared Castillo to a prime Miguel Cotto, maybe unfairly, but here, Castillo now opening up an onslaught on Imam along the ropes.
Yeah, Imam evading those body shots very well and using the ring. He has not been caught against the ropes as he was against Maldonado in his last fight.
And punches landed, and we talk about the investment to the body. The edge in favor of Castillo has Imam along the ropes. Imam looking to slip. He does so beautiful. Piston-like right hands by Imam. And he's rolling and slipping these punches.
He keeps position very nicely. He does get hit here and there, but his position is very good, and he's able to counter from short range, although he took some shots there too.
It's a great shot that shows you that work by Imam on the ropes and Castillo's aggression.
Final minute of the 6th round. Back to the jab goes Imam. Right hand to the body by Castillo. Counter right by Castillo. Again, bobbing and weaving Imam along the ropes. Stay moving.
And that time he got down on the ropes instead of staying straight up.
Stacy McKinley told us that Imam would show us more boxing skills in this fight because he probably wouldn't be able to knock Castillo out early, and he's done that.
Stop the belt, gentlemen.
So plenty of fistic fireworks thus far in this 140-pound affair here in the StubHub Center. Meanwhile, next door, fireworks at the Galaxy game going off in the gorgeous California sky. Just a beautiful night to be in the great outdoors, and a great crowd on hand here for this doubleheader.
Let's go, champ. Keep sticking it, man. You're looking through it now. You're getting stronger. Let's go, champ. Come on, man. Keep stabbing. You're getting weak. You understand? Yeah. Let's go. Haul up and dump this. Haul up and dump something to the head sometimes. Better than dump it to the head. Come on, you're winning this fight. Let's go. You stayed off the rope this time. Don't give it to him. You box good off the rope after a minute and a half, but you don't want to give him nothing, all right? All right, let's go. Big breath. Keep that 2 or 3 jabs. You can't handle it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Mouthpiece. Right here. Right here. Box.
Round 7 underway. Mauro Ranallo along with Al Bernstein, Paulie Malignaggi, Brian Custer, Jim Gray here at the StubHub Center. Castillo again coming forward, lands the right cross. Counter jabs by Imam.
You know, Imam has only been 8 rounds once, never been 10, but of course he hasn't had to. But these are the rounds where, you know, he's entering into territory he's not used to and boxing against a man who's still very aggressive.
And again, Castillo looking to go to the body. A lot of those shots don't score again as he glances off the side of Imam's body. Imam doing a good job of weathering the storm, but not returning fire.
I'll tell you, and Castillo does what he has to do. He lands wherever he can.
Unofficial scoring from our own Steve Farhood now has Imam up by 2 points.
Imam showing different wrinkles to his boxing in this fight. Just another combination by Castillo.
And again, Imam, though, able to just roll with those shots.
But he's boxed here at the center of the ring where he's dictated with the jab. At times he's used his legs and shown us he can box behind his legs.
Hot shotting him with the right hand.
And at other times he's been shoulder to shoulder, rolling and countering.
Imam has used his jab so effectively. As you look at it round by round, you see the monstrous difference. And Castillo normally throws a lot of jabs, and tonight not been able to do that very well.
I see Malignaggi smiling ear to ear over there. He knows all about the jab.
He's been known to use one now and then.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Counter right hand by Imam as Castillo, though, steadfastly tries to attack the body.
And that's another thing that's impressive is the Brazilians of Castillo. Because he continues to test the character of Imam and the discipline of Imam.
And for an emerging prospect, these are the kinds of tests he needs to pass.
Yeah, of course. Now, sometimes you see some young fighters bail on the game plan when a guy just won't get off them. And, you know, Imam is stuck with the game plan thus far and continued to box intelligently.
And remember, Castillo, who's 25-2, he doesn't think of himself as a test for a prospect. He thinks he's ready to take that next step. So he's a guy that thinks he was going to walk in here and dominate this fight.
And clearly his body language has shown that was his approach the whole way.
18 of Castillo's 25 wins have come by form of knockout. As we mentioned, Imam has 14 of his 16 victories inside the distance. With 15 seconds now left in the 7th. Nice counter right in the left hook to the body by Imam. And the left hook upstairs in the right hand. And now Imam going to work on Castillo.
And I circled him as he was punching. Change positioning.
Landing at will on the face of Castillo is Amir Imam.
We've talked about the jab of Imam, and it has been so accurate. And he doubles with the punch. That's a single, but he really is a double because he's doing it while he's moving. And not only giving him a lot of movement, but also pumping out those jabs, which is keeping Castillo at bay. And then when you mix in the power punches, now here's the counter right hand is going to come here. Wide punching by Castillo, and because his left hook is so low, Imam is able to get the right hand in off the ropes. We have seen Imam fight very effectively off the ropes. They said against Maldonado, he deliberately went to the ropes to counterpunch Maldonado, and I think he's done the same thing here against Castillo.
You know what it is, whether he does it deliberately or not, it shows that he's undaunted by the pressure. And you know what, if you do back him to the ropes, he doesn't panic. He knows how to continue to work effectively.
Neither of these two warriors have recorded knockouts past the 6th round. We are in the 8th now here at the StubHub Center, scheduled for 10. Imam trying to feint Castillo, and Castillo again steadfastly goes back to the body. Imam continues to work that jab, and it's been a punishing jab, as you can see the evidence around the right eye of Walter Castillo. Castillo telling us at the fighter meeting that if it goes the distance, Imam's family wouldn't recognize him. Well, it's now Castillo's face that's beginning to look like the proverbial ransom note out. Let's bring in our own Steve Farhood and his unofficial scores after 7 rounds.
Well, it's clear, Mo, that Imam is in control, but what's interesting about this fight is that it's quality over quantity, because clearly Castillo's thrown a lot more punches, but so many of those punches Imam has rolled with, they've missed, they've grazed off his shoulders, and the judges see that, and I think you have to give those rounds to Imam.
speaking to what he said, is exactly right. Castillo's shown 522 punches and 389 thrown by Imam.
And Imam continues to pick off Castillo as he comes in, Paulie.
Yep. Rolling, countering, parrying, showing all kinds of wrinkles to his defense and converting it well into offense.
And doing a good job there, bobbing and weaving. And
you see, there, right there, he got down low when he got on the rope. Sometimes he stands too straight up. It's effective when he rolls, but at times he allows the overhand right to hit him. That time he got down underneath everything. See, defense on the ropes can be tricky, man. But Imam has it covered a lot of the times.
Under a minute remaining in the 8th.
I think the big factor in this fight is that Castillo hasn't jabbed his way in as much as he normally does. He's thrown 134 jabs. Normally, he throws that punch more.
Well, that's the thing. I noticed at the beginning of the round now that Castillo tried to come out committing to the jab and trying to jab with Imam. You know how Imam switched it around? He started changing range on him. He started using his legs, and therefore, once he's out of range, Castillo has to close range once again in order to start jabbing.
And Imam continues to tag Castillo with chopping right hands. Castillo trying to go to the body, closing, smothering his own offense here with 20 seconds left in the round.
Stop, no punch. Straight back.
See, at times Imam will stand his ground and jab from there. And Castillo was trying to jab with him early in the round, but then Imam would change the range and change things up for him.
Another great round in the books here at the Stump Hub Center.
That's it.
Let's go.
Hey, tell him don't bend over no more because then the blood comes out.
How are you feeling? 2 rounds is left. That's all. Just 6 minutes. But we gotta work. We gotta work. He's standing still. You gotta throw more. Work more and throw more.
Show him why you're the master. Dig down, man. It's called in next minute. You got to fight. All right, you got to give him something. It's a big win for you. Come on. Can you finish strong for you? Come on. Finish strong for yourself. You got to do something. Put the combination together.
Go, guys. Got to get out.
The next punch that will be thrown will be the 1,000 combined punches thrown in this fight here as we begin round 9, and there they go. So lots of leather being thrown in this fight, Al, and a good connect percentage for Imam.
Yeah, he's been excellent in terms of what he's landed, and I'll tell you, he's never been 10 rounds, but he has shown us in these later rounds that he is more than ready to go the distance and box throughout an entire fight.
Yeah, this is the kind of fight that will test you physically and mentally, because no matter how effective you are, if the guy stays in your face and the guy stays with the pressure, you may have a tendency to want to bail on the game plan and start slugging with him and say, hey, man, get this guy off me. But kudos to Imam for maintaining a game plan and staying very effective.
Right hand over the top by Castillo. Another one that was blocked by Imam, and that cuffing left hook, and now Imam unloads with a left hook after Castillo tagged him with a left to the face. Just past the opening minute of the 9th. They stand toe-to-toe. Double left hook by Castillo. There's the hand speed of Imam.
I tell you, for all the skills Imam is showing us, Castillo still has not gotten the winning mentality beaten out of him. Sometimes guys will resent and say, you know what, I'm going to lose tonight, and kind of try to go the distance. Castillo trying to win the whole time. He's behind.
Great point,
but
Paul.
The winning mentality hasn't left him yet.
And this is why we were all looking forward to this fight, especially after the fighter meetings on Friday. Castillo came here from Nicaragua to fight. There have been 7 champions from his country. We talked about Arguello. Of course, one of the most exciting fighters in the sport, Roman Gonzalez, Al. A 3-division champion, current flyweight ring champ, top 10 pound for pound, and now Imam wanting to continue his ascension as a 140-pound fighter to watch. Under a minute left in the 9th.
And the problem for Castillo is he's not a one-punch knockout guy. He does it with a bunch of punches, so it's getting very late for him in this fight for that.
And Imam using the jab like a paintbrush. Going to the body, counter right hand upstairs. There's a left uppercut that connected by Imam.
He started using that a lot. Imam has that left uppercut after the 1-2 combination. Not to mention that jab to the stomach. You can't keep saying how much it's effective because it's also a very effective body shot besides the fact that it changes height on him.
A creative attack by Amir Imam. He's not a one-trick pony by any stretch.
Boxing. Power shots when necessary. 15 seconds left in the 9th round. Right hand by Castillo. The jab again by Imam. And we are headed to the 10th and final round of this 140-pound contest here, just outside of LA. So, on the campus of California State University, 10 miles south of downtown Los Angeles, you're looking at the StubHub Center.
Well, Castillo, Walter Castillo, as Paulie pointed out in the last round, not short on effort at this point and still landing punches of note. The problem is they haven't been able to hurt Imam and he hasn't been able to land as effectively. Imam using a very, very creative attack. We're using jabs. There's that jab to the body that we've talked about. And you know, in this last round, in addition to all this, the left hook was a big weapon as well. But you see the combination punching by Imam. He's just been, had a superb effort in this fight.
And we talked about the positioning of Imam not getting out of position when Castillo pressures him. Notice it from the opposite effect. Imam uses the jab to put Castillo out of position and then is able to follow it up with his own combination.
Last round, keep it clean.
The 10th and final round begins. Again, Castillo has been the full 10 rounds 4 times. This is uncharted territory for Amir Imam, who has definitely taken control of the fight in the second half thanks to that trusty jab. And that footwork doesn't hurt either.
You know, the underestimated thing here, too, is Imam has a great left hook, and we've seen that in this fight. You can't go to sleep on that punch.
Left hook to the body by Castillo after he ate a buffet of jabs.
Imam and Stacy McKinley say they would take on any 140-pounder in the world. And, you know, he's showing here tonight that he's ready to face some top 140-pounders.
Well, Jesse Vargas, Danny Garcia standing atop the 140-pound division.
Yeah, man, I'll take watching Imam against any of the top 140-pounders. I think he clearly belongs in the ring with the top guys.
And, of course, he has to finish this fight out first, but he looks like he's doing that in grand fashion. Castillo trying to land something important, getting lightning in a bottle in the last round.
Plenty of style points for Amir Imam tonight in this, his 17th professional fight.
And a terrific jab. You know, he's known for so much, mainly the power, but, you know, tonight getting to see him for 10 rounds, that jab is unbelievable.
And even on the inside, there's that hook again. See, he is a guy that has almost every weapon.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, for a slick boxer, you usually don't think to see body shots, but he'll slip in body shots. He'll sit on his shots and sneak in some power. You know, he's not just a pot shot type of boxer.
Under a minute left in the 10th. Castillo still right in front of Imam. But Imam tagging him with the right, has him on the ropes, going to the body, but missing with the left hook. Castillo's been bloodied, he's been battered, but you cannot question his heart.
For the first time, Imam is pushing Castillo back, though. He's going after him.
And he wants to close the show. He's done it 14 times, many of which have been in spectacular fashion. 30 seconds left in the fight. Left hook upstairs by Imam. Castillo along the ropes. Imam unloading. Misses with the left hook. Catches him with the right. Now going to the body. Right hand over the top by Castillo. Final 10 seconds of what has been a spirited affair to kick things off here tonight at the StubHub Center. Amir Imam. Very impressive performance against Walter Castillo.
Good job, guys. Go back to the corner. Go back to the corner. Go back to the corner. Hey. Nothing. Just keep him here. Keep him here.
What did we do? Hey, man. the camera. Good job. Beautiful work. That's how you finish. Where that roll? Where that roll? Put the roll on it. Come around, put the roll on it. Thanks, man.
You're better than that, though, all right?
Let's get those gloves on. Disqualified, man.
Seemed like they exchanged words after the fight.
You heard the corner saying you're better than that. I guess there was it was initiated by Imam. But then Castillo had been very aggressive in what he said prior to this fight.
Right,
so.
and a valiant effort by Castillo.
Let's go.
While we await the official decision, you know, we're taking a look at one of the young guns here in Amir Imam. Well, coming up May 9th, PBC on CBS, it's Omar Figueroa. A lot of people are big believers in the future of Omar Figueroa, who is going and throwing everything with bad intentions. Stuns him with a right hand.
This is what you love to see in the sport of boxing.
Figueroa with the power. Attacking with a vengeance.
This is a powerful kid, guys. He's making a statement.
You almost sense, oh my.
Drops him with a straight right. Figueroa putting on a show. You can add another chapter to boxing's beautiful and brutal legacy. Omar Figueroa, thank you. Omar Figueroa, excitement personified, but Al, he faces a stiff test when he takes on Ricky Burns.
A former lightweight champion who probably is the best fighter that Omar Figueroa has fought.
All right, let's go back to the center of the ring, and Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Judging ringside, Max DeLupa scores about 99-91. Judge Jack Reese sees it 100-90, and Eddie Hernandez scores about 98-92. All three in favor of the winner. And still the undefeated champion, young master Amir Imam.
Well, not a popular decision here at the StubHub Center, but